Wait, hold on. I started already? Why did I do that? Hello, everybody. How's it going? I know I didn't post a Fortnite video. Calm down. Uh, oh. We won! Not by much, actually. We got the diamond. Diamonds? We finished first. Global players. Oh, yeah? Well, screw you. How are we supposed... We did... It was literally the first... Oh my god, why did I get like 5 insta-monkeys? Okay. Hold on. There's no more contested territory. This is incredibly sad. Alright, hold on, guys. Let me just... Alright, we're chilling. We're chilling. We're chilling. Everything is going fine. Yeah, I just didn't want to make videos the previous days. I don't know. I was just chilling, I guess. And my friend started his new... Oh shit. Yeah, that's right. You can't leak. That's kind of rough because I like leaking. Fine then. Sub start. No, boat start. I like how they disabled the mana shield on this. But yeah, no, we game in here. BCD6 is back. I'm gonna play Fortnite next Tuesday. I promise, guys. But I've just been chilling. I don't know, doing work stuff, pretty much, and just playing the craft. And then I watched some shows. I watched some of the new Marvel shows. I watched Doctor Strange, the movie. If I had to rate it out of 10, I would give it... No, sorry, hold on. To all my viewers. All my viewers who are watching know about my patented 4 scale. Instead of rating things out of something... Okay, buddy, can we pop this? Thank you. Buddy, why are we not... Okay, what is going wrong here? The snipes! The snipes! The snipes! Hold on. Those were some epic snipes, though. You must admit. I don't know why I didn't need the snipes. Oh, wait, shit, yeah, I did, because I want to get Churchill. God damn it. Hold on, it's fine. Those were some epic snipes, though. Okay, back on track, though. Yeah, I watched the Doctor Strange movie. It was, certainly a movie. That's all I'm gonna say. No, it's not all I'm gonna say, but that's all I've been saying because I don't know how to explain it without spoiling it. I don't look, as a movie, it's not that bad. But like when you consider the other Marvel shows and movies, you're kind of just like, okay, but why? I don't know. I mean, look, if you're not, I'm gonna some lesser Marvel spoilers. I've been thinking mostly about how in Loki, if you haven't seen Loki, it's about time shit. But basically, Loki kind of contradicts the rest of the MCU because, is there a way to explain this without spoiling it? Because, well, basically, yeah, I got nothing. I don't know what to say. I mean, it's not necessarily that it's, yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what I'm saying. I lost myself there. But basically, like, there's, the Marvel is now bringing in the multiverse. Okay, they've brought it in from, like, it's in multiple different shows and shit. Now it's in the new Doctor Strange movie, which, I mean, was pretty obvious because it's literally about the multiverse. It's also in it's in some of the Avengers movies, it's just newer, right? And by newer, I mean, it's not like the multiverse suddenly came into existence so much as, the old Marvel movies don't really talk about the multiverse, and now the newer ones, right? And I like it. I like the concept, but Loki, it's not multiversal. It's one timeline, which I don't know. You can construe that as being different, I guess, but like to me, it just doesn't make sense. They gotta wrap that up. I am, I don't know. I liked Loki because I like Loki as a character, and then seeing him have character development is kind of hype. Are we gonna pop these? Look, I know we got lead, but okay, cool. He's got his Gatling gun. Cool, cool, cool. But like, I don't know. I liked Loki. I'm glad that they set it up for a season two, and I'm awaiting it. It's probably one of it's honestly one of the Marvel movies I'm waiting for. I honestly don't care about Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is cool and all. I know a lot of people really like Doctor Strange, but he's kind of just like meh to me. The things I'm waiting for Loki season two, or whatever form it takes. Maybe it's not a season, maybe it's a movie, maybe it's maybe a cameo, not cameos, but maybe it appears in another movie. But like, I'm waiting for that, and then the newest Spider-Man movie because I like Spider-Man. I like Tom Holland Spider-Man in general. I would love to see the other Spider-Man movies, but it's just the easiest to see the Tom Holland ones because they're the newest ones. The other ones, I gotta I don't even know where I can get those ones. Okay, bro, can we not die here? That would be great. These blacks might actually. No, we're fine. Okay, cool. These pinks might too. Nope, never mind. The explosions are OP. But I don't know. I'm waiting for the newest Spider-Man movie. It's gonna be great. That's my prediction. I think it's gonna be awesome. And then, other than that, I mean, Marvel is certainly releasing a lot of shows and shit. I'm friggin', I don't know. I'm kind of pissed that they're wasting their time on making this shit that no one gives a shit about some of this stuff. And by no one, I mean not me. I actually don't know, but who wants to see Groot as a kid? This is fucking Marvel. It's not I mean, yes, it's great when that's part of something you're watching, but I don't want to see a 5 minute short, like a short. If you don't know what a short is, it's a short video. 5 minute short video. It's not a film, which the shows aren't films, which is fine, but it's not a show either. It's not a film or a show, or really a one-off even. It's just, I mean, it technically is a one-off, but it's 5 minutes long. I haven't, you know what? I haven't seen it, but honestly, it's not something that you need to see. Let's be real here. It's freaking about, it doesn't, I mean, it's not important story-wise, first of all. It's just not, doesn't really fit in with the rest. I don't know. They're really branching out, though. I will say that. And that I do appreciate. So, the old Marvel, let's go even back to, Ultron. I mean, even up to Ultron. Infinity War, even Infinity War, hell. A lot of the older Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, the first couple Avenger movies, hell, all the Avenger movies. They're all the superhero-y types. Then you got some of the newer ones. WandaVision. Loki is kind of superhero-y. And then the Groot stuff. It's that I appreciate that, but Marvel is kind of supposed to be superhero-y. So when you bring in non-superhero-y stuff, You gotta have a good reason. You can't just be like, oh, hey. Also, it's like when, like, showing Groot, it doesn't make sense. I don't know. It just pisses me off when I see that, I guess. Even though it's not, I don't know. It's like, if you don't like him, just don't watch him, but, like, they could be spending their time and effort doing something that's not that. I mean, what? Do they get paid for that? Because they certainly aren't. Oh shit, hold on. Because they certainly aren't selling it. I mean, it's on Disney, but who says I want to watch? I'm gonna buy Disney Plus so I can watch Groot. I mean, Groot in the shorts. Like, I don't know. What are we buying here? What do we want? It's a long track. All right, we're just gonna go with Big Plane then. Big Plane's a classic. But like, I don't know. It's interesting. I still like Marvel, and I am a proprietor of just watch the movies you want to watch. But personally, I'm the kind of guy where when you get into a fandom, I want to say you watch all of them, but like I watch most of them, especially the older ones. But like some of that stuff, like some things I literally haven't watched on purpose because I'm like 95% sure I'm not gonna like them. I don't know. I haven't seen Ant-Man and the Wasp because I watched Ant-Man and I was like, this is not good. My honest reaction to that. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people love Ant-Man, and the hot take. I just did not like Ant-Man. I don't know. It's it doesn't. I don't know. I don't know what I don't like about it specifically. I should stop rambling about Marvel. I don't know. It's just what I've been watching, right? I don't know. I mean, I ramble about my freaking home life, which is watching fucking Marvel. Literally, I get home, I play video games, and watch Marvel. My dad is like, you need to do shit. And I'm like, nah. Oh, my dad got pissed because I lost my wallet. It was great. He ranted. That's just kind of a pain in the ass. And I know where my wallet is. It's at my house. Well, I know where it is now. I knew where it was. Like, it was the kind of lose where, like, you lose it, but you know where it has to be. You just don't know specifically where it is, and you don't have it. Which, while it's not really useful when you don't have it, and I'm kind of sad because I can't buy some of the new games that come out. By some, I mean just Backpack Hero. I wanted to buy Backpack Hero, but then I was over at my friend's house, and Backpack Hero came out, and I'm like, yo, I should buy Backpack Hero. And then I reached into my pocket, and my wallet wasn't there, and I'm like, this is literally a crying shame. I'm gonna have to get my wallet when I go back to my mom's house. And then the next day, my dad called and he's like, yo, so like I'm at your mom's house and you're not there. Because I was at my friend's and I didn't tell him. That was also the other reason why he was mad. And that's pretty justifiable. I really shouldn't have just kind of left him hanging. That was kind of mean. But like, I don't know. I wasn't in the mood for bullshit like that. And then he came like 4 hours early. I don't know. It. I'm. I wanted to spend as much. I wanted to spend time with my friend. Because like, why not? No, now why not? You know what I mean? Because it's just that's what I wanted to do. But like, then my dad comes in, and then yeah, I don't know. But I mean, he's got to drive me to his house. And it's got to happen sometime. It's fair that it's on his time. I mean, he's got to work. And to be fair, I also had to work on Monday. But I don't know. But yeah, like, I lost my wallet. Can't play Backpack Hero. What else? What was I mad about? What was I not mad? I wasn't really mad about something. I can't remember what I was talking about before the wallet. Oh, I'm sad because I can't. Oh, yeah, no. Another reason I'm sad I lost my wallet, because I usually buy stuff at the vending machines at work, and I can't. No! I can't waste my money! This is so sad. Attack speed. The ability to pop everything. That would give you stronger stimulant. Alright. We're popping off, okay? By that I mean I have no idea whether or not we're popping off. I don't know. I'm just chilling. Fucking, I can't just not talk. I wanna just chill and play, but like I can't just not run the commentary. Like, you gotta run commentary. That's how it works. It's harder. Dude, I'm like the guy who never shuts up, but like even as the guy who never shuts up, it's still difficult to do this. You've got to give props to people who play solo like this and not with friends. Even if it's like editing and shit. I mean, especially if it's editing. Sure, that takes a little bit of the burden off on the literally speaking constantly side. But on the other hand, now you gotta shuffle through your whole thing, and then you gotta you gotta figure out what people want to see, and then like, I don't know. I'm a big proprietor of, I hate it. I don't know. That's something I would, if I start editing my videos, I will always upload VODs. Well, not always, but like, I mean, if I become like I'm not gonna upload a VOD of me grinding silently for 10 hours, but like, if I was okay, for example, recently, the Orion Experience, which is a band, and they're a band that I like, they started playing Undertale. I don't know why, but it was friggin' hilarious. They were really bad. But you know what? You gotta give them props. I mean, Undertale's not easy, and friggin' kind of just kind of hilarious. It was their friggin' like the first thing they streamed. They just jumped right in. I don't know. But then you could watch it live and see the whole thing. But then they delete it was a YouTube, it was YouTube live, right? So after you're done being live, YouTube automatically uploads your video to YouTube. But then they would delete the video, edit it, and then post an edited version of highlights, which was like 1/4 of the whole thing. So you couldn't see what anyone was saying in chat. What? No, yeah, you couldn't because it was an edited, I don't know. And I'm just like, okay, but that's forehead. Why wouldn't you just leave the stream clip, like the 2-hour VOD, and then just give a highlights reel secondary video? I mean, sure, it's like double dipping, but what's wrong with that? Some people are going to want to watch the highlights reel, and some people are going to want to watch the other version. Some people are going to want to watch both, because, I don't know, I might be one of those people. Not for this thing specifically, but, there are some things you want to watch twice. Sometimes Like the first time you want to watch it, you want to get the full experience, but then sometimes you want to come back later and you're like, you know what? That's great, but let me just get the funny parts. That's just where I'm at, bro. Honestly, we're literally crushing it. This is not even a contest. I mean, it never was going to be because it's an easy map, but like, I'm I'm not like playing here. This is using like real strats. I'm actually like I'm playing effectively, efficiently, but not on the edge. Sometimes, I don't know. In this game, I tend to push myself and then end up freaking dying terribly. That's why all like 5 out of 7 of my chimps are like they're not. No, I've 5 out of 7. I've got like 5 chimps medals, and I've been completing every map before I do the chimps. Right, not just doing ABR, Impossible, and then chimps. I specifically do all the other medals beforehand, so I can get the border. But I've been gold bordering most of them because I'll do some stupid strategy, and then I'll be like, okay. But then I won't, like, I'll be too worried about, like, saving up for, like, a tier 5, because that's how you win the late game. And then I'll just die while saving up. Or I won't die, but like the balloons will get close to the entrance and then I'll have to exit out and then come back in, which causes the black border to be to not exist. If you didn't know, when you complete chimps, there are 2 different chimps medals. You can get a red chimps medal or you can get a black chimps medal. The red chimps medal you get for completing chimps. The black chimps medal you get for completing chimps without doing this. You don't click the save button and you don't click this button. You have to I mean, you can click this, but you just can't go home to use it to restart a round, essentially. It's not a cheese, it's a thing that they put in the game intentionally, mainly because they had to. Because, you know, what is it going to start at the exact frame it was at before? Yes, but but you know, technically it could do that, but like they didn't want that. They made it different for a reason. I don't know specifically what the reason was. They just did. I mean, hey, it's their game. They can do whatever they want. This is I don't know. I mean, they're popping off. What was I talking about before though? I know I really went off on a tangent about BTD6 there, but I mean, it's the game I'm playing, and I've got literally hours. I could talk about this game for hours. Everything. There are a lot of honestly, dude, for so I don't know. There's just a lot of things that I didn't know for a long time, and then I found them out, and I was like, yo, this is awesome. Like Super Cerams, I didn't know about. I think they're in BTD5 too. I used to play BTD5. No, that was the game that was out when I was in middle school. BTD6 is more recent, of course. But like, then, ooh, okay, I should like start selling my farms and buying Flying Fortress, because Flying Fortress will literally just solo me the rest of the way. Houston, we have a problem. I need you to not die. Okay, but like, yeah, but like Super Ceramics. After round, I'm just gonna spit 3 facts I didn't know about. Super Ceramics. After round 80, or just free player mechanics in general, I've found out about, not just Super Ceramics, but Super Ceramics. After round 80, uh, ceramics don't have children. So instead of a ceramic splitting into two rainbows, which splits into 2 zebras, it turns into 1 rainbow, and 1 rainbow turns into 1 zebra. Okay, let's sell you, And let's sell you, and we'll buy you. And then we will win. Yep, that literally melts. It's kind of dumb, but awesome. Alright. I mean, this is no contest. Yeah, we're literally going to melt the rest of the rounds. Because Big Fortress, Flying Fortress is incredibly good. Yeah, that's all I have to say. But, like, yeah, so instead of the Super Ceramic having multiple children, it has one child. So it turns into one rainbow, which turns into one zebra, which turns into one. I think it's a 50-50 chance to be a white or a black, although it doesn't matter because, you know, like, you're killing, like, 10 Moabs per round at each point. Who cares if it's a white or a black? Right? Then, you know, it... But then all that extra pops, you're like, okay, well then that makes the ceramics way easier to kill. No, that's why they're super, because all that health goes into the ceramic, right? So now suddenly the ceramic has like 60 health instead of 10. The other free play rule is, Jesus Christ, fortified deities are a little tough. That was that was a moment right there. But yeah, like, that's the first thing. Second free play rule is health and speed ramping. Moabs get more health, more speed the further you go from round 80. Right? How long have I been recording? We're at 27 minutes. Okay, we'll do one more map then. We'll do magic monkeys only. I won't have enough time for chimps. Magic only is pretty easy. But, like, yeah. We're gonna get a waff. Because I don't think there's any other way. I would love an Archmage, though, instead of a waff. Nothing wrong with Dragon's Fire, but, like... T-Breath is a solid tower. Or I could just go top path anyway. I have no idea. I don't know. But yeah, like, it's, so then, yeah, the mobs get stronger every round. It's just, they get a multiplier to what their health was before. Every round. That's what keeps games from going on infinitely. Those were two. What was the other one I found out about? Oh yeah, no. I found out significantly before Free Play Surrender. I don't remember. I learned about both of these a while ago actually, but the other one is that explosions have Pierce. Pierce, you know, you kind of know what Pierce is. But basically every monkey with a projectile, you know, I mean, hell, every monkey, not even every monkey with a projectile, but generally, it's easier to tell with like a dart monkey, you know. A dart monkey can only it can only pop through so many balloons. And then, after that many balloons, the projectile despawns. So for a base dart monkey, it's 2. For a base super monkey, it's 1, which is actually kind of like their one non-selling point. They don't have any pierce. Very fast attack speed, very low pierce. But, explosions also have pierce and area of effect things, right? So a bomb shooter does not hit every balloon in the explosion's radius. It'll hit a certain number of them, and it checks in an expanding radius from the center of the explosion. So if it hits, then, you know, I don't know specifically how it hits scans, but it goes out from the center. I know that, right? Because that's just the only way that makes sense. And then once it reaches the max amount of pops, which for like a bomb shooter would be 12 if it's base, right? When you get upgrades, it increases the pierce. Then it just won't pop anymore. So like if you hit it, so 63, great example. It's 40 ceramics. A bomb shooter won't do shit, right? It'll hit. You could literally fill the screen with base bombs, and I don't even know if it would take out 63. They have good pierce, don't get me wrong, I just don't think they have good enough pierce. Then it'll despawn, right? I don't know. Then, like, and that's like everything. That's not just explosions are the prime example, right? But, like, some other examples would be Ice Monkey. Ice Monkey has 40 pierce, I believe, making him roughly 3 times as good as a bomb tower. Ice Monkey is actually incredibly good. Base ice, that is. It's really good for. So it's the same thing as bomb, kind of. It's really good for when you find any AoE. You have to kind of build in. You kind of have to build in 2 directions in this game. You build tall and you build wide. Tall is the ability to kill things that have a lot of health. So like a Moab. Moab has 200 health. You have to be able to kill that, right? That's kind of difficult, generally, to pop through if you have something like a bomb shooter. Ignoring golden sharks, which do a shit ton of damage, bomb shooter does 1 damage. So it would take 200 bomb shooter shots to kill a Moab. Now, bomb shooter shoots slow. Super Monkey, like I said, has a very low pierce count, but it fires a lot of attacks. So they may all do 1 damage, but a super can probably do 40 or 50 damage to a Moab, right? About a quarter of its health before it loses its range, which is really good, right? So Super Monkeys would be a great example of building tall, and by that I mean base supers. Robo Monkeys would be building tall. Dark Knights would be building tall. Sun Avatars are kind of it's weird. They tried to make all of the paths different, but honestly, all of the paths are kind of the same. Let's be real here. So when you think about building tall and wide, those are the two. Honestly, those are the 2 different things you need. Those are like the 2 types of popping. Sun Avatar is kind of both because it gets more projectiles, more projectile damage, and more pierce. Robo Monkey, it gets a shit ton more pierce, but it also gets more projectiles, and it gets crits. So it may not have as many attacks as the Sun Avatar, but it gets crits, and crits do more damage, which is high, of course, because you're doing more damage to the same target. Dark Knight gets extra damage to Moabs. So technically, you're not really building wide, it's just high. This is why Dark Knights are kind of the GOAT against. They're the GOAT against Moabs, but they're not very good against like Saram rushes. So, on the other hand, some things that are really easy to build wide with. Honestly, out of Magic Monkeys, I don't know about things that are easy to build wide with. I mean, Ninja bottom path is wide, but also, so it's weird because Flash Bomb is wide because you're able to stun and pop a lot of balloons. But then you have Sticky Bomb, which of course is the ability to kill Moabs. So it's really good at killing Moabs. It's just a very good all-round tower. But the general rule of thumb is that towers that are good all round are not going to be good when you go deep. So, like, they're not going to be super good at what they do. So, like, I can't. What's an example of like a hardcore tower that does what it does? Like, like a sniper. So, like Cripple Moab, it does a shit ton of damage to one Moab, but of course, it's not very good against like ceramics. Ooh, no, a perfect example would be Mad. Mad is a great tower. Extremely, extremely good late game. It can almost solo a bad, which is amazing for a tower of its cost. Speaking of super monkeys, let's see if we can get one. I mean, I would love to get it here. See, look at that. Bam. 50, 60, 60 damage in that amount of time. That was amazing. Right. This is why supers are awesome. But like, Mad has a shit ton of damage, right? It fires slow moving projectiles at a fair pace. Fair moving projectiles at a fair pace that do a shit ton of Moab damage, right? But like, it's not very good at killing Cerams because it just doesn't have very high pierce. And the ceramics move too fast. Actually, I think it does have high pierce. I think it's just because the ceramics don't take extra damage from its attacks. I have no idea. But I don't know. I mean, when you get high enough, it's kind of weird. Late game in this game is a little. Honestly, I think up to round 80, the game is perfect. I love everything up to round 80. Because, like, they test your ability, pop everything. We're talking camos, we're talking leads, we're talking camo leads, we're talking ceramics, Moabs, right? And they just keep going higher, wider, special things, regrows, right? I mean, there are plenty of textbook rounds, right? Before 80 that everyone can think of. 63, a shit ton of ceramics. 78, again, a shit ton of ceramics. 40 and 60 and 80 are the Moab rounds, right? 50 has 2 Moabs. 51, I think, has camo ceramics, right? Which is kind of dangerous. I think it's like 37 has camo whites. 39 has ceramics. 38 is the first ceramic, though. But 39 is pretty nasty, too. I think like 78 or something is a spam of no, not 78, sorry. 76? Oh no, 76 is a shit ton of ceramics. 78 is a shit ton of camo ceramics. There's a bunch of gray rounds that sometimes you come across them and you're like, wow, this is no problem. But sometimes you come across them and you're like, wow, I just defeated the last 10 rounds extremely easily. But this one round is the bane of my existence, right? Because it tests your ability to do everything. But then you get after 80, and free play kicks in. And then for about 10 rounds, every round is the same. It can be fortified Moabs, it can be a shit ton of BFBs, it can be a good amount of ceramics, right? But at that point, it's all just either, you can deal with it or you can't. And if you can't, if you can beat each round, you can probably beat the round previous to it. It's unlikely you would be able to beat 85 and not be able to beat 84, is my point. Whereas you can be able to beat 64 and not be able to beat 63 easily, right? Because they're just different. But like, yeah. And then, honestly, I say that, and then you get to the 90s. I do appreciate the 90s. So I don't appreciate the 80s. So 80 to 90, I mean, 81 through 89 are just kind of bland waves, in my opinion. I can't remember a single wave from between those 2 points, right? I mean, to be fair, I don't remember most of the early game either, but I don't know. To be fair, I don't die most of the time in the early game, and if I do, it's just because I'm being stupid. But like, I don't know. It's just then you hit wave 90, and then DDTs come around. DDTs are honestly a great balloon. They're an interesting add-on to this game, and if they were to make a BTD7, they need more balloons like DDTs. We need more high-level balloons that test various capabilities so that the end game doesn't just become, I need more damage than I have right now, right? I mean, that's just what the late game is. But like, it's, but again, 90 to 100 is interesting, right? You take a look at some textbook rounds from those. 100, obviously being the bad. You need to have a lot of damage, a lot of single target damage. You need to be able to take care of the DDTs that come out and the ZOMGs, right? 97, 2 fortified ZOMGs. Usually, for me, it's not a problem because I've prepared for the bad. But sometimes, you get a little overwhelmed. 2 fortified ZOMGs, that's a lot of fortification coming out of that, right? That's a lot of high health balloons, high health ceramics, like it can cause problems, right? 93, 95, right? 95 is 30 DDTs stacked on top of like 50 Moabs. You think so DDTs are one of the most there are a lot of rounds where like this round is a great round example of this where you keep getting rushed, right? And they'll rush something, but like there are rounds that are like 4 times as long as this round. They'll keep rushing the same thing, right? And it's like the implication is that you'll start falling behind. But really often it doesn't work, right? And that's what a lot of the 80 to 90 rounds are. They're trying to rush you, but usually it flat out just doesn't work, right? Summon Phoenix? Summon Phoenix? No, we're doing fine. That was good. But then DDT's 95 is actually a super duper scary round, right? It's so it's scary because the DDTs they have a good they're like actually good at rushing, right? I don't know specifically how to explain why, but like on longer maps, even on a longer map, you can see that the DDTs will like they'll gain ground. They can gain a significant amount of ground, right? So like and that's like if you're not overpowered. Obviously if you're blasting everything away, you're going to blast away the DDTs too. If you can keep them at bay, that's fine. There are some setups where like either you'll keep the DDTs at bay or like literally so like if you've got all your towers crammed into one location, then like maybe I would hold them here. But like for some like it's the here I know how to explain why the DDT is great at pushing. It's because the DDT it's just difficult enough that you need track length to kill it, usually. So when they send more than one, like 3 is sent in the first round, it makes it more difficult. When they send 30, you need that track length, but every time you lose a bit of track length, there's less to lose before you die. So that round is scary. 99 is scary. Fortified DDTs. That was what I almost died to last time. Just the fact that they have twice as much health and they're extremely fast, kind of scary, right? And then 96 and 98. So they're 98 and 96 are very similar. I would go out on a limb and say if you can beat 98, there is a 99.999% chance you can beat 96. Because essentially it's just a shit ton of balloons. That's the point of both waves is, right? But like it does test, whether you've built wide enough. Because like there are a lot of things like Cripple Moab. Cripple Moab does good single target Moab damage, right? And I'm talking the 5th tier snipers. 5th tier sniper, great against the bad, great against CMGs, great against high tier stuff like that. Against stuff like 96 and 98, it's good, but it's not as good, especially if you don't have shrapnel. Because sure, you're slowing down Moabs and you're doing some damage to some of them, but like you need to defeat like hundreds of ceramics. What are you going to do about hundreds of ceramics and tens of Moab balloons? Right. Holy shit. No. It was definitely death. So, and those are the other... there's... Between round 90 and 100, there are really 3 big tests. The 3 big tests being, can you pop all the DDTs? Right. Holy shit. I thought it was later that I died. Okay, calm down, buddy. Jesus Christ, that is a lot of ceramics. Oh, that's a regrow farm. Oh my god, that was a regrow farm and a half. Did you see that? Did you see? I saw like 50 rainbows in there that turned into... That was so good. We popped it anyway because Churchill and Phoenix are awesome, but like that was some pretty good regrowing. But like, yeah, it's can you pop the high tier balloons? Can you pop a shit ton of balloons? And can you pop DDTs? Early game is really, honestly, before 40 is where this game is kind of the most awesome. And it's weird to say, but it's honestly true. Like, and then this game, because they've added tier 5s, I will not lie. Tier 5s make it interesting. The interesting part late game is you're trying to squeak by enough money mid game to afford towers to buy late game. So like right now I've got 55k. I could easily be beating it right now, but if I was going to round 100 and I just bought a bunch of like low tier shit that's bad, I wouldn't be able to get good shit and maybe I would die later, right? You back yourself into a wall. Now, I honestly am not going to do that. I'm literally just going to buy Archmage, and that's going to solo me for the rest of the game. But, like, it... Come on, Archmage. You can do better than this. Hold on, wait. Let me sell him and rebuy the bottom cross path. Oh, shit. Hold on, we can't do that. That's not good. Fine. For the 5th time, we'll go back in because I'm dumb. But, like, the early game is trying to penny pinch. So you can get towers that you want to afford. Especially, like, your hero. Getting your hero early is important. Right? Camos and leads. And, like, sometimes... I don't know. I don't know. I think this game is very interesting. But that's just my take. So, like, whenever my friends ask me to go late game, I'm like, okay, but have you considered not wanting to go late game? Oh, fuck, the purples are literally going to kill us here. Okay, never mind. Archmage OP. Or Phoenix, or Churchill, or it could have been the Wall of Fire. I don't know. Could have been any number of hundred of things. But, like, oh, this is the round I was talking about, that I was thinking about, where it's a rush of just, this. This can actually kill you. Like, you're like, okay, but you're destroying those. Sometimes you can kill all the rounds before this, but you can't kill regrow rainbows. I don't know what it is about this regrow rainbow spam that makes it difficult. It's just, you know, that can be the difficult part of that round. I don't know, it's interesting. I know I went on a rant about BTD6. If you don't care about BTD6, this might not be interesting, but I don't know. It's just, it is one of my favorite games. There's been a lot of work put into this series. I mean, hell, it's the 6th game for a reason. And it's the 6th game in a series of games where every game is significantly better than the last. Like, this isn't like fucking like FIFA or like, I don't know, Call of Duty, right? Every game in the fucking Bloons series is better than the last. And by I mean the mainline games. Monkey City is good too. We don't talk about Bloons Pop. That's not a thing that I'm going to talk about. Adventure Time is so dumb, but also hilarious. Honestly, everybody gangsta until Flame Princess can't pop a purple balloon. It's just so funny, though. It's so true, but funny. But yeah, I don't know. I think, but every game is better than. I mean, first game, it was a dumbass flash game. It was good, but like, I mean, heck, it only went up to like what, blacks and whites? I don't even know if whites existed. Then the second game, you get like ceramics and mobs, and that's good. Third game, I mean, every game we go higher, we get more. We don't just go higher though. We get more interesting, more complicated, more paths, more towers, right? More strategy, more maps. I don't know. If BTD7 comes out, and I think it's going to be a while, honestly, this game still has a lot of updates. There's a lot of juice to squeeze. But I want to see BTD7 take a note from the book of, like, take a note from the book of BTDX. BTDX is, to be fair, not nearly as good as BTD6. But you have to appreciate some of the things that BTDX does, right? Namely, immunities and stuff like that, right? Shielded balloons are a great idea, right? I don't. Those are like one of the main examples I can think of right now, brick balloons are essentially just super ceramics that are like, they're discount super ceramics. They're not that important. Then you've got like shielded Moabs. The DDT was originated from BTDX, I think. It might be in Bloons Monkey City. It might have been in Bloons Monkey City beforehand, but BTDX, they took a lot of inspiration for 6, and I think they should take more for 7. I think seeing shielded balloons, more things that manipulate Pierce, and like things that manipulate like more unique balloons late game in the normal game instead of having to go into special modes. Well, it's kind of difficult because you want to make the modes be interesting. So like when you fight the boss, I'm literally just going to keep talking for like an hour if I keep going. But I really want to get this out, bro. Like it's you want to keep it kind of bland, like bread. So like keep the base game like the idea for BTD6 that Ninja Kiwi has. You keep the base game like bread. That way, when you add special modes, right, and difficulty and challenges, then that's where your flavor comes from. BTD, but I think taking the note of BTDX is just kind of saying like, okay, but we still want to spice up the main game, especially the late game, because the late game isn't that interesting, right? The 60s are not super notable. The 50s aren't super notable. The 40s, I mean, I can remember some of the there are a lot of good rounds. I would say probably 60 to 70% of rounds are not just rounds that they put there that are like, I don't know. I mean, like, it's just, I would like to see more like unique things that happen, unique versions of things that happen in the early game, right? When you see lead balloons, and you see regrow balloons, and you see white balloons, and you see black balloons, and you see purple balloons in early game, and then in late game, you just see a big purple motherfucker, and that's the most dangerous thing. It's just the big purple motherfucker. You don't have to worry about anything else. Just one big purple motherfucker. Like, that's it. Like, we've lost our flavor. We've lost our variety that we had in the early game. So I would love to see unique things. I mean, bosses are great, but I don't know. I don't know. Well, anyone that's it. Bye bye. Man, this thing is an hour long. Jeez.